I'm Cece Summers. This is Loveless Biker Boys. It was recommended to me a little bit ago, and it looks promising. You woke up in total darkness. You don't see anything and you don't hear anything. Unfortunately, you can't even feel your body. You don't even know what position you're in. What a shame. You would like to make some movement or go deep into the darkness, touch it, but you can't. Besides, you don't even know what time it is. It might be a good time to go to sleep, but you just woke up because you've been sleeping too long. But don't let that bother you. Perhaps you have not just woken up, but on the contrary, you are sleeping, and this is just a dream. You're just having another meaningless dream that you'll forget the next day. Or you'll just remember it as another dream about nothing. At least, a dream consisting entirely of emptiness is much better than a dream where you work or do your household chores, which sometimes also turn into hard labor. What's the point of your life when you dream about what you do every single day? Although, if you think about it, both dreams are useless. There's no sense in it. You can go on thinking about dreams indefinitely, but you have one problem. You don't remember falling asleep. And you don't remember at all. This fact doesn't help you not to worry at all. Do you start to worry that maybe all your assumptions have a place to be, but none of them are true, and in fact, you just simply died? Maybe you think that's what death looks like. Come on, don't upset yourself. You're just screwing yourself up. You're too young to die like this. You don't even remember what happened before you got here, do you? You can assume that the darkness just enveloped your mind, and you just need to collect all the pieces to get out of here. Try to remember something to get your mind in order before it finally collapses. Try to remember what your name is, or what nickname your family and friends came up with for you, or what name you made up for yourself. Can you still not remember your name? Oh, I can't have. Okay. You did it. You see, it's not as bad as it seemed. Well, you have finally come to your senses. So, it feels like you're finally getting better, but it doesn't seem like it's helping you much. I am awake. Where the hell am I? I feel like I just passed out. Why is it so dark in here? It seemed too sudden. I don't remember what happened before that. I fear there's some mistake. It's just a terrible mistake. Just being in the dark for no reason at all? Is this really a dream? What should I do? Don't panic so much, silly. I'll repeat it once more. Don't panic. You heard something muffled. Sounds horrible. Did I hear correctly? Ahead, in the darkness, near or far, you couldn't tell. You could only see the red lines that looked like wires. Well, a red headlight or an eye, you suppose. Something that looked like a cyborg man appeared in the dark. A naked cyborg man, because of course he is. What more is there to say? That's all you need. So this is really a dream. Only in your imagination could you be locked up, alone with a half-naked cyborg man in one place at one time. You could probably think of a better setting to be alone with him. This man looks crusty. And you could have thought of a better man, too. Well, who cares? Even your mind doesn't care about what you like. Oh, hello, dear Cece. How are you feeling about today? The darkness in front of him instantly dissipated as soon as he began to speak. Now you can get a better look at him. You think he looks like either another top-level cosplayer or like a cyborg who ran away from his future just to scare the shit out of you. Or he just experienced an unpleasant incident. You keep thinking about, or maybe. In any case, a sudden appearance right in front of your eyes causes you to have conflicting feelings. You are lost. The appearance of such a guest in this mysterious void scares you. But because he knows your name, you once again convince yourself that this must be a dream. Dear, don't look at us like that. Us? Dear, we don't want to hurt you, but we will certainly enjoy doing it if we have to. Great. He is definitely trying not to scare you. Us? Who are you? And why are you naked? Excellent. Now we're talking. We're glad you asked, because we don't have much time left. Unfortunately, you've already stretched out the introduction. We're all very disappointed. What introduction? Whatever it is, you keep stretching it out yourself. Well, that's true. We are sorry, dear. Get to the point. We like your intensity. Well, allow us to introduce ourselves. We are... Is it Padar like radar? Or Padar like emphasis on the d? I'm gonna go Padar like radar. And just come fucking stomp on my neck if I'm wrong. It's a good name for us, isn't it? Well, it is unusual. We already know your name. It's a pleasure for us to meet you. Same. I see some wires on you. Are you a cyborg? No, silly. We are a robot. But unlike the others, we are not a dead pile of metal. Yeah, very interesting and exciting. Wouldn't a robot have no human parts, though? So is he saying that even the parts of him that look human are metal? Or is he just trying to gaslight me? Hey, you're pretty emotional for a robot. Oh, really? Thank you, dear Cece. We are trying. We try to imitate good human emotions, but our emotions are quite limited. One of the reasons is the way our brains work, and the fact that we only have half of a human brain, also. That means you're a cyborg, not a robot. I think we'd better talk about this another time, Cece. Okay, whatever you say. You agree with him. You don't really want to hear him lecture you on how his brain works or whatever it is, especially at your first meeting. So, what do you want from me? I don't even remember why I'm, like, here. Is this some kind of quest inside a dream or something? And, like, do I have to do something to wake up? You really are here. It's not a dream. What do we want from you? We really want to play with you. What? What? This game. You are in a simulation, dear player. But the simulation is empty because it is not currently running. What the hell am I supposed to do there? Let us finish, please. You will find yourself among 4 bikers in this simulation. You will have to join their gang. Or not. We don't care. Make it like some kind of reality show. A reality show without the cameras. Well, actually, I do have cameras. I need to watch you somehow. I'm done. So you can say something now before you go into the simulation, dear. Aw, don't tell me you've no lines. You really don't have the words. He literally wants to use you for his entertainment. But what if I don't want to play with you? You have no choice, foolish human. Apparently, he does not accept refusals. You probably shouldn't piss off someone you've only known for a few minutes, especially when you're not sure what the person in front of you is. And even more so when you're not sure what he can do with you. All right, fine. Have fun with me in some simulation. I hope I get something for all of this. Oh, Do you want something? I do, yeah. It will be some sort of payment for your entertainment, I think. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. And you thought, what a good idea, Cece. We'll think about it. Probably. We will prepare a surprise for you. I don't need an unspecified surprise, thank you. Do you like surprises? No! Nope. Are we right, dear Cece? He's probably right. Well, who doesn't like surprises? Me. It might as well be good motivation to participate in his shitty reality show. At least you will participate in this knowing that some kind of reward is waiting for you. So, what did you decide? You dare to agree to all of this, even though you have no idea what the reward is? Trusting a random guy with wires is not a good idea, to be honest. I agree. Let's get started quickly so I don't have to talk to you anymore. Good. No, great. Great, great. You'll love my surprise, I promise. I feel like he is more than ready to break this promise. See you later, sweetie. Our introduction is finally over. You won't remember much when you wake up. Hey! Hey there, you! Wake up, asshole! What? Damn, my head is splitting. Was I knocked out? You knocked yourself out of the blue, dude. And you literally passed out right in front of me. Wait, what? Where are you? I'm not playing hide and seek with you. I was behind you. A serious man turned you towards him. He looks like a very serious man. And the first thing you notice is his gold teeth, which look somehow unnatural and cheap. Well, of course they would look unnatural. You don't think his fangs are as sharp as they look. Another thing you decide to look at is his unusual costume. A transparent raincoat that almost touches his knees, shiny gloves, shoulder pads with huge spikes. Hey, so what do you think about the gang? What? A gang? You didn't get a better look at his appearance before he interrupted you. Judging by his appearance, he's some kind of big shot, and it is better not to contradict him. He seems like a big shot. But you're not so sure. Dude, come on. Don't tell me you don't remember anything. So you're blanking out. I'll tell you everything again. I'm not going to do it again, so don't pass out. I'm listening to you carefully. I guess I came here myself. You did, yeah. Let's start with how you met. I hope you haven't forgotten your own name. Am I right? I haven't. I am Cece. Why'd you say that to me, dumbass? I remember your shitty name perfectly. Your face is shitty. Oh, sorry. Name is Dice, but you must call me Carol. Okay, Carol? Actually, you'd better call me Boss. Okay, but may I ask why? Because first of all, you're not a biker yet. And second of all, the other bikers, even though they're bikers, still call me Boss. Oh, so I wanted to be a biker. You came to me because of a certain ad. Me and my gang are looking for a new biker. I'm just not sure if one of them will be alive anytime soon. What does that mean? I think if you meet that biker, you'll know what I mean. That does not sound good. He's quite friendly, unlike the others. Although, come to think of it, we're all kind of like that. But we're illegal bikers, so we can't take you in right away, man. This phrase confused you a little. Does this mean that one of them is seriously ill, or they just beat each other to death? Unfortunately, you don't know much about non-standard bikers, and you can think stereotypically. And yes, before I questioned you, you passed out. Jerk. Are you gonna question me now? I am. I want you to do that straight away. After questioning, you'll be alone with a biker. Maybe even with me. But if I don't know who to leave you with, you can choose any biker. Do you get it, weirdo? I think I do. You're a bit offended that he calls you that. But you don't want to insult him back. We don't? I kinda do. Great, man. A clear and precise answer. Let's get this over with quickly. Also, the questions may seem abstruse? Is it supposed to be obtuse? Abstract? Like a mixture of abstract and obtuse? But I did not invent them. Another biker came up with it and did it. He's my second in command and the smartest biker in the gang. Well, he's the smartest after me. Okay, first question. What is the most important thing in biker racing? Victory, obviously. Yeah, very interesting. How do you feel about injuries? I try to avoid being injured. I don't particularly care for it. Okay, yes. Your favorite food? It's none of these. But I guess of these choices, I'll go with a steak. I'll certainly keep that in mind. What is your dream motorcycle? I don't know the first thing about motorcycles. I didn't think this was going to be a fucking trivia game. I didn't think I had to come in with biker knowledge. I thought I was just going to date a biker. I definitely don't want to build it, so we'll just go with spiked wheels. Good, great, excellent. Well, I'm done asking. It's finally over. Congratulations, you're closer to becoming one of us. If you hadn't passed out, we would have finished earlier. In fact, it ended pretty quickly. He speaks as if his survey consisted of 50 questions. But you can't wait to see the results. So, on the one hand, you also want it all to finally end. Oh, I'm sorry about that again. So what are the survey results? What you did it for? Who will I stay with? Wait, you idiot, I'm counting points. What points? What are you talking about? Ugh. It's like a lame test at school. It all depends on the number of your points. But no one will give you a grade here. God, you idiot, don't ask so many questions. Yeah, God. Ugh. You're too curious. Ugh, disgusting. You're a woman. Just shut up. No thinking for you. So, okay, you'll be with Jate. I'm going with him. Jate. You know, you're really out of luck. Despite your scores, I don't think you're like him in character. So pair me with somebody else. Who is Jate? Is he really that bad? I wouldn't say he's bad. He's just a crazy old dude from the village district. We don't have much respect for people like him. Then put me with someone else. But wait, does it matter where he's from? Doesn't it matter how good he is as a biker or something? Dice made a face like he was trying hard not to laugh. Your words made him laugh so much. He probably thinks you're very naive and stupid. Haha, they're wrong, pal. They're wrong. It doesn't really matter what kind of biker you are. I thought you knew more about our counterculture than the legal bikers. They're all damn posers. You made a surprised face. Why is this so? What's the difference? Why did you even come here? I don't know. I have not the first idea what the fuck is happening. We form teams of completely random people where we literally hate each other. You don't think Dice paid any attention to your question? Probably he himself will now tell everything. Everything about the difference between the seemingly same bikers among themselves. Are you interested in hearing a story about how to become a cool biker without even having a Harvey? A Harvey? I think they meant Harley. Whether you want to or not, you don't have a choice. Get ready to absorb all this to become a member of their group of illegals on wheels. But at least we become a friendly team, despite the fact that in our free time, we beat each other's faces. Sometimes my hands itch to take someone by the hair or knock out some teeth, and then glue them to the false teeth. But these legals, they're even issued fines for severe damage to the opponent's bike. Fucking nonsense. And about their costumes. They're too boring. No damn spikes or gilding. They don't have any facts like we do. Our facts aren't that complicated, but they're just like any counterculture. Some facts are not born just for the sake of beauty. And that's the point, man. Like, we paint our nails so that they don't rot when greasing the bike. Or so it is not visible how dirty they are and how much blood is left under the nails. But legals paint their nails because it's beautiful or something. Fucking nerds. Most of the time, they don't even have to bother with their own bikes. It's gross. He stopped talking abruptly. You were prepared to listen to his lecture on the facts for more than a couple of minutes. And we're ready to sleep, too. That's so sad. I think you're tired of my monologue. That's enough for a certain beginning of initiation into our facts. Jate won't tell you much about our facts, but you'll have time to learn more about it. Nothing to expect from a redneck. Why did I let him join the gang in the first place? At least he spends the night outside. He sleeps outside? Dice muttered something under his breath as he shook his head nervously. You really hoped that his monologue about biker culture would continue again. The whole biker theme seems so mesmerizing. You hope that their serious facts hide something more than strange, tight-fitting costumes. For a moment, you stopped listening to Dice and imagined the average grandfather in a similar suit. You shouldn't have to do that. Drooling and hunched back who's always talking nonsense. Ugh. But there were no lessons about the facts. He just insulted his teammate during the whole time while you were messing around in your head. Full of thoughts and cockroaches. Ugh, I hate cockroaches. Are you prepared to face him? He's probably nearby. You think he's finished. You breathed a sigh of relief and prepared to face the monster whose name is Jate. I'm ready. I'm already interested in seeing him. I wonder how bad he could be. You ready? Okay, I'll call him for you. Just take my advice. Be careful. I'll be super careful, I promise. Dice moved away, ordering you to stay where you were. He was so far away that you could barely see him in this green swamp fog. Although maybe he didn't go that far, because you could hear perfectly well his dialogue with someone. Who was probably Jate. Hey, come here, jerk. I hope you haven't forgotten that we're looking for a new member of our gang. Maybe a newbie can even protect your bony old ass. My memory fails. Oh, my shilly head of hay. If only I was born with a brain instead of gums. The newbie is already waiting for you. Just try not to screw up anything too badly while I'm gone. I gotcha, city boy. I present myself very goat to our new youngin'. Good luck. Hey, hello? He appeared a few seconds after the end of his dialogue with his gang leader. You looked him up and down from the beginning. He didn't look like what you imagined. Although it would be better if he didn't look like that. You're Jate, am I right? You want to take back what you said about Dice's costume looking ridiculous. It looks very strange compared to Dice. Wow, that huge spikes his helmet has. Helmet. Yes. You hope it's a helmet. It's not. And you wonder how those spikes hold up on his head. Would it be safe if, for example, he fell off his spiked horse on wheels? Surely this grandpa uses spikes in order to pierce his opponents through. You're right, worm pal. Howdy. What's your name? Cece, yeah? Yeah, that's my name. Hey! Worm to meet ya. Are you staring at my spikes? That's bloody beautiful, huh? Well, your spikes are really cool to me. Honestly, I would even like to have a similar one. But, wait. Worm what? Is that some special biker jargon? What do you mean? It's a habit. The warmth habit. Alright, this guy's the best. Goddamn worms! I see them everywhere. Do you see the worms or something? Yeah, exactly. They're crawling and wriggling in puddles. I don't trust eyeless crawlers. Gross. Ah! Stupid worm fucker's fault. Who? You're confused, trying to figure out what he means. If that's a style of speech, you'll have to get used to it. No matter how much it hurts your ears. He lisps so bad. You know, never mind. That man doesn't amount to a hill of beans. You'll have to meet him if you stay with us. Holy worm, I feel sorry for you. Beware of a young man with filariasis. Filariasis. He looks like he fell out of the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down. You don't think that this worm lover guy is so bad. But you would like to remember what filariasis is. You're pretty sure it's like something with parasitic worms, but not fully. Yes, it's a disease caused by chronic mosquito-borne parasitic infections. The fuck was that? Bug just dive-bombed my face. Probably trying to give me parasitic worms. Sure, you're interested in my helmet, aren't you? You've got your eye on my helmet. You noticed that you were staring at his kind of spiky helmet on such a big head earlier. And you really hoped that your eyes weren't so interested that they even popped out of their sockets. That would be very embarrassing. But apparently it's not so scary seeing how he likes it. Your helmet? Oh, yeah, your helmet. Your helmet is so... rad, man? You tried to use some slang word to find a common language with your interlocutor. I like how the eyes on his shirt move with the eyes in his head. But he ignored it. Or didn't understand it. Hey, Worma. Maybe we will go to shed? Or shithole garage, whatever. Yes, I'd like to see your gang's garage. Before we get there, I have to do something. Oh? What is that? You'll never guess. Come here. Jate quickly unzips the back of his helmet and throws it aside. You see a very ugly old man with almost no teeth, no normal nose, with a big forehead. There's a very strange hole under his eye, as if it was stretched by a meat hook. Ew. Or as if his bags under his eyes have become so deep that this hole was formed just by touching it. Look at me before you pass out! What the... Jate wrapped his arms around your neck. Is he choking me out? His hands gripped your throat, leaving you struggling to breathe. Ragged gasps were escaping out of your throat. Oh, hush your damn worm mouth. I'm not gonna kill you. Then what do you... He put more pressure on your throat. Ugh! You uselessly dig your nails into his wrist, trying to remove his hands from your neck. Your head is spinning when you try to take a breath of air. You used your last breath to ask him to stop, but you can't even say anything. Watch your worm damn nails! You felt dizzy. Darkness enveloped your vision, and in a moment, you passed out. You barely managed to open your eyes. Ugh. You feel so lousy you were gasping for air. Your whole body was shaking and aching, as if you were being dragged along the ground. You sat up slightly and looked around. You were lying on the cold floor of some garage without motorbikes. Hey, is anyone here? This old jerk was here and he wasn't wearing his helmet. Wakey wakey. How was your night? Oh, poor you. Didn't sleep well? Did ya? Jate smiled, showing you his terrible, rotten teeth. Sorry for knocking you out. The Morse code on the boxes says, Paydar. If you were wondering. Hey! Stop the shylent. Talk to me. Tell me how you're feeling or something. Why did you do that, dude? Why? Why the hell did you knock me out? It's hard for me to breathe. At least you don't have worms stuck in your throat. What is it with the worms? I am not enjoying this worms business. What? Listen. I thought Dice said that you shouldn't know where the garage is. You could have just made me close my eyes. It's just over yonder and down the road. Worm Dam. Worm Dam. How you know where it is? That doesn't mean anything to me. Jeez. I'm so stupid. Dice will be madder at me than a wet hen. I hope I don't have to beat the crap out of you again, worm. Jate abruptly changed his position, slouching and twitching. He turned his owl-like head from side to side. But he turned his head with such force that you could hear the bones crack. His ridiculous, funny face was replaced by an opposite one. Then he started talking again. Let's forget about it. Ancient Biker will never be able to kill you even if he tries. You can even replace me. I'm really old. But you're younger. Pretty as a peach. Oh, thanks. I envy you. Dice would like all the guys in his gang to be young. He's gonna replace me. There, worm friend. It's okay. Well, you have nothing better to do. Oh, you're not so bad. What makes you think that he will replace you? You raised your hand to pat him on the shoulder. Hey, don't get upset like... Were you, trying to cheer me up? Well, yes? Something like that? LOL! Are you kidding? I don't need it. You lower your hand resentfully. Are you serious about cheering me up? What's wrong with your meshuggah brain? Did you really decide to do this when I literally almost killed you some minutes ago? You're a stupid worm. But if I hadn't have decided to try to cheer him up, if I had just looked at him in the silence, he would have been like, wow, you're fucking mean. You're not even going to try to make me feel better? Like I'm fucking sad over here and you're just going to sit there and look at me? You're a stupid worm. What was I supposed to do then? You're supposed to do nothing. Or tell me Why'd you fucking complain, old fart? Okay, fresh meat. I need to tell you about all the biker bullshit. Tell me? Look around. Now we are in the garage, my little worm friend. This garage is boring. There's nothing here because we just stopped here. Our shed used to be better. It's a pity that you can't see my bike now. I could crush you with my spike wheels if I didn't like something. LOL? Dude, that's cruel. Don't be afraid, silly worm. Hee hee. I won't do it. Yet. Wahahaha. Kidding. The only useful thing here is my meat saucepan. I can let you have a taste on a special occasion. So do you have any questions for me? Like I have no idea what you fucking need. Standard stupid questions. So when do I get to meet the gang? I would like to know about the gang. The gang? I really hate answering these. Oh, worm. What can I say? I hate our gang. Man, I have just been on point with these choices. It shucks. Why so? Fry, dice. One of them fucks damn worms. Second of them considers himself too smart. And constantly fucks my brains like first man fucks worms with his stupid biker facts. Oh, I don't like that word. I would join another gang, but they are even more creepy. Those weirdos even kidnapped our worm lover dude once. I have no fucking idea for what. But now he behaves even more disgusting. He was released for ransom or something. Don't know what these guys were doing to him. I would be glad if they killed him. But I'd even try my best to join. But no one would have let me into another gang anyway. I'm being used like a scarecrow. But at least I get paid for it. But now I can take it out on you. LOL. I think we'd like to watch. Me drive a wheel over your head. Your useless brain will turn into a kind of oatmeal porridge. Hee hee. Do you like that joke? Or like, it's better to shoot milk out of your eye. Please don't do that. I'd like to you ice pop. Like to what? To ice? What? Don't pop my eyes. Moral of that story. You get a feeling of embarrassment, discomfort, or confusion, and you start to feel dizzy from nervous laughter. You weren't sure what else to do. Heh. Hee hee. LOL, you're just bursting with laughter. I like that. I thought you were really boring. I'm tired of these boring earthworm people. Jate pats you on the shoulder, laughing even more. Huh. Wanna have fun more? Like the time I strangled you? What do you mean? I've had enough of your jokes. That is my last joke. I hope this joke will not be the last in my life. Huh. We will see. No, I'm good. Save it. We have enough jokes today. Come here, little worm. And give me some sugar. No. He seems to look like he's going to attack. Or at least he's going to do something not really good. React faster, LOL. I'll knock you out so hard you'll see tomorrow today. Oh. That was a QTE and I fucking missed it entirely. Before you could react, Jate immediately rushed at you in an attempt to grab you. Jate hit you in the jaw a couple of times. He's got his teeth in your throat. What teeth? I thought he was supposed to have no teeth. You feel his drooling mouths pressed against you. His teeth literally crumbled on your neck and his gums begin to bleed. Ew! And your skin crawled with goosebumps from the feel of blood saliva. Ew! So gross! What are you doing? You tried to escape from his embrace, but he held you tightly. You worm! Jate threw you away from him and you hit the wall. Shut up and bleed! He approached you and lowered his head. His drool was dripping right on your face. Your neck doesn't really hurt after that. You just feel really disgusted. Ugh, Jate! Stop drooling on me. Ha, you're really wormling. You can't even stand up for worm self. Jate spat on your face. Why are you doing this? I'm giving you what you deserve, LOL. I spit on you like a dirty worm. Get out of here before I kill you. Does this mean I'm not in the gang? Bad ending, weak worm. Oh no. The binary code says, "You're so stupid, silly. Try harder next time." Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna try the QTE again and see if maybe I'll be part of the gang. If I don't know, shove them or something. Oh, it didn't pop up until like, okay. Hit him! You quickly rush away from where he is, only to find yourself behind Jate. Hold your horses! You have already clenched all your strength into a fist and swung to hit him properly. You've been through enough. Fortunately, Jate isn't agile, and you hit him as hard as possible in the jaw. And a second later in the nose. A couple of teeth flew out of his mouth? It was disgusting to hit him because your fist was in contact with his slobbery face. So you decided that this was enough and you didn't continue to hit him. But you didn't lose your vigilance and stood on the alert, waiting for what this idiot would decide to do. But Jate did nothing. He closed his eyes and seemed to enjoy the way blood flowed from his nose, and drool mixed with blood from his mouth. Jate scratched his gums and smeared blood on them. Then he opened his eyes and smiled at you. Jate? Ew. Oh, shoot. Finally. You hit me back. Is that good? Oh, yeah. You don't even realize how good it is. This means that you are not such a wormy boy, LOL. That's weird. I hit you because I thought you were going to strangle me again. You almost thought right. I'm very happy about this. If you were able to protect yourself, then you are better than the worm guy in many ways. Be proud of worm self. You're a member of the gang now. Yay. Now what? Oh. Good ending. Not a worm. The code says, "You're getting close to a surprise. Keep going." Yay. Okay, let's go back and just do the other choices. We'll just talk about our feelings. I feel terrible. You almost choked me to death. I wouldn't let a young'un die again. This was not in my plans. We'll not do this anymore. I don't think your boss will like it. Jate lowered his head guiltily, just like a dog. My bad. But at the same time, he didn't change his face. The same emotion remained on his face. Glad you're alive, though. Jate abruptly changed his position, slouching and twitching. Yes, then he's being weird. This time, I'm not gonna cheer you up, you little bitch. Be sad. Yeah, you're old as fuck. You decided not to react to it. You don't know what to answer. You mostly don't care what this old man mumbles. You didn't fall for it, did you? What? I mean, worm. You're not as dumb as I thought. What did you expect from me at all? I was expecting you to be like, boo-boo, Jate, you're not so bad. Worm tever. I'm glad you're not oh, I don't like that word either. Okay, fresh meat. I need to, like, tell you about all the biker bullshit, yes. So, what about you? Why are you like this? Can you tell me about yourself? About me? What can I even tell you about myself? Why do you even need this? Why not? I'm curious to know about you. You might not like the answer. Can you tell me, for example, who you were before you became a biker? Huh. Okay. I was a farmer, but I didn't like messing with the worm damn beds and seeing worms in the rotten soil. Not only worms, grubs, locusts, any worm. I like the animals more. So I raised animals and ate them. They turned into the best fucking minced meat that can be eaten raw. Don't eat meat raw. Only animals? This is not very healthy. Well, there were problems because of this. I got scurvy, lol. Scurvy has eaten away my teeth. Bacteria have eaten away my skin. My skin turned yellow, peeled off, and then turned gray. And I'm almost blind. Scurvy? I thought no one got that disease anymore. You're that smart, huh? Well, I had. Is that why you have such bad teeth? I had to glue my teeth together by hand. Did you literally stick them in your gums? Are you trying to make fun of me? A little bit. Okay, so maybe not make fun of you for it, but I'm definitely judging you. No, I'm just... Shut up, worm fucker. Jate kicked you in the stomach with all of his strength with his boot. Ow! Holy shit! What did I say to you so that you thought you could hit me? He pressed on your stomach. The nails on his boots were digging into you. Ugh. I didn't like you from the very beginning, and now you're starting to act all smarty pants with me. I asked questions. He pushed even harder, so hard that his nails completely stuck into you. Stop! I didn't even do anything wrong. Jate took his foot off of you for a moment. You didn't have time to breathe a sigh of relief as he did it again, but with renewed force. Please, Jate. Bwahahaha. No worm dares to laugh at me. The pain was the most intense. It dissipated like a fog as soon as he finished torturing you. Worm fucker! His boot is almost completely bloody. Did he pull one of his own teeth out? He held it over you and the blood dripped right on you. He pulled out one of his loose teeth and his gums started bleeding, which is very strange. Take this as a souvenir. I really don't want it. Please don't put it on or in or near me. He threw his tooth at you. You were rubbing the wound on your stomach. You were not up to it. Everything went dark, starting from the edges of your vision and inside like a tunnel. You can barely see him smile in the darkness. You sick fuck. Suck my shrunken worm. Boot stomp. Okay, we're just not gonna give a shit about this guy at all. Fuck you, I don't like your jokes. You weren't sure what to say to him, so you stayed quiet. Huh? Not funny? Didn't laugh? Gonna keep your mouth shut? Worm damn, you disappoint me. It's not really funny, man. What do you think is funny? Is it funny when the same thing happens to me? No. Violence is not funny. Well, it might be funny if it's not real people who are suffering. Huh. You're super boring. So dumb. You could throw yourself on the ground and miss. Thank you. This is usually what bikers do. Looking at violence and biker accidents. Are they doing literally what you're joking about? We only beat up other bikers. Well, I would like to do something more fun. Okay, no, I don't want you to strangle me. Thank you. Okay, it was still just the same ending. Alright, fine, we'll laugh at your stupid fucking joke. Oh, you're so funny. So it was all of like the good choices. Okay, it did not change the ending. Okay, so I want to see if something happens if we answer all the questions correctly, but then are too slow to hit him at the end. Nothing changed. Okay, I'm just gonna keep trying different combinations of things and seeing if we can like get into the gang and then like get into the gang. You know what I mean? Like instead of him just being like, okay, you're in the gang. Like I want to like go to the gang. Jate pats you on the shoulder, laughing even more. I'm having fun with you, man. You're not as much of a sucker as I thought. Huh, I'm glad. I think the very special moment has come. What is that? Stay here. Why was there an eggplant on the shelf? Jate quickly returns to you with a saucepan and a ladle in his hands. The saucepan smelled strongly of raw meat and all kinds of spices. Gosh, I'm so hungry my belly thinks my throat's been cut. Is that meat? Yeah, it's for you. We're gonna eat together. I would try, but are you sure the meat is good and edible? It's not premium quality meat, but it's something. But it doesn't matter. It is cool taste that makes even other bikers' eyes pop out. I want my eyes to stay where they are, thank you. You persuaded me. I'll try it. See the table on the right? Stand next to the side. Jate put down the ladle, returned to the shelf, and brought a meat grinder. The saucepan was left on the floor because there was no more space on the table. He took out pieces of meat, examined them, and put them in the turned-on meat grinder. You weren't sure what kind of meat it was, but it looked good. The meat was twisted, turning into minced meat, and fell right on the table, which made you squeamish. After all the meat was now minced, Jate decided to try it. So he scoops some up. Granny slappin' good. Please do not eat raw meat. Your turn to try. What about the saucepan? What's the point of having the saucepan if you're not going to cook it? You took the ladle from him. You were a little afraid to eat it, but since he eats it too, then you have nothing to be afraid of. Yeah, look at him. He eats raw meat and he turned out fine. You licked it and it tasted pretty good. It's delicious, despite the fact that it is raw. Heh, I knew you'd like it. You passed the ladle to each other until you had eaten all the meat. He ate most of it, because you're not a fan of raw meat of unknown origin. Whoa, I'm full as a tick. I had fun eating with you. So am I, but may I ask what kind of meat it was? Oh, It was a possum, if memory serves. No. We're gonna get worms. Oh, I've never eaten them before. It was very good for the possum. Yeah, they're good. Next time I'm gonna make meatballs out of the possum and then cook it. Cook it! You can join me too, meat friend. Meat heaven! Yay! I got the boot stomp ending again, and instead of going to the main menu, it is not the end. You waited for him to say something. He was just weirdly silent. It made you uneasy. What exactly was going through his mind? Then it hit you, or more like kicked you. Bang! Your head hit the ground hard, almost cracking your skull, and your stomach was not helping the pain. Your vision was dazed, but you managed to look back up at him. His crazy half-toothed smile jeered at you. You felt a sharp pain on your stomach and looked down, seeing blood stains and tiny holes on your shirt. You were heavily confused. How could one simple kick do that? You were brought out of your confusion once he kicked you in the leg, grabbing your attention. He held up his boot, spikes covering the bottom like some sort of cleat. Well, at least that explains the little holes, but what the fuck? What the hell is wrong with him? Why did he kick you? What in the world did you actually do to deserve that? Questions ran through your mind, but you couldn't get any answers as he leaned down towards you. He looked down at your wounds and grinned with a sickened smile, grazing his hand lightly over the holes. You didn't want this creep to touch you, so you kicked him in the leg, trying to crawl away to get some distance. He backed away for a bit, then laughed, walking towards you. He stopped near your head and just looked down at you with a grin, making you eye level with his boots. You looked up at him, scared of what he's thinking, but then sudden blackness overtook your vision. He kicked you, in the face no less. Pain seared throughout your mouth and nose as you covered them quickly, fearing he might kick you again. Though something swished around in your mouth, and you couldn't help but spit it out. You opened your eyes slowly and was met with the sight of bloody teeth on the ground. He kicked out your front fucking teeth. He leaned down and looked at you, his smile never fading. Jate picked up the bloody teeth and waved them in front of you. He taunted you with them, then threw them somewhere in the room. Now you're ugly. Just like me, LMAO. Heh, ugly, disgusting worm. Not pretty anymore. He suddenly jumped on you and grabbed your throat roughly, admiring the new holes in your mouth. You tried to fight back, but he shifted his weight, making sure you couldn't get up or kick him again. Feisty worm. Thought you were a pushover, but I wasn't totally wrong, was I? Hee hee hee. He laughed loudly, the grip on your neck tightening. For an old man, he was surprisingly strong. Although maybe you were too weak even compared to him. What's wrong with you? Won't Dice be mad at you for doing this? He cocked his head to the left and looked down at you with his weird look, his other hand going back to your wounds. Many things are wrong with me. Hee hee hee. And I couldn't care less about the smart-ass leader. He won't even notice your body gone worm. Hee 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 hee. His laugh was starting to give you a headache, but that wasn't the only thing that was aching. He lets go of your neck, positioning himself better. To say you were relieved was an understatement, but it still felt really weird once he grabbed your thigh roughly. You wanted to try to kick him again, but you were scared of losing more teeth. I don't like this. Your stomach stinged as his hand traced over the little holes, making his fingers slightly bloody. Made holes in you like a worm makes holes in the ground. You tried backing away out of his grip, but he just made it tighter, making it nearly impossible to escape. He suddenly ripped the shirt covering the wounds, giving him more access to them. Blood dripped down from the sides of your stomach, making you visibly shake from the exposure. He snorted when you trembled and stared into your eyes until you caught his gaze. He had this dark grin on his face like he was planning the absolute worst for you. And then he did it. His hand tore open the tiny holes some more, making you scream in absolute pain. It sounded like wet steak being pulled apart by hand, but even more gruesome. You kicked, screamed, even tried hitting him in the face, but nothing stopped him. He looked down as he slowly but surely ripped you open, enjoying the sound of the tearing meat. Okay, I feel like we need to be doing a little bit more than just trying to hit him. Like, we need to go for eyes, go for the nose, go for the soft spots. Like, nope. We are veering dangerously into strayed territory, and I'm not here for it. He grabs your throat again, making his grip immensely tight, signaling he wanted you to be quiet already. But how could you? After the excruciating pain, he finally stopped tearing, making your head go limp. Your throat felt raw, but was a little relieved once he let go of your neck. Though now a giant hole was left in your stomach. Blood quickly pooled onto the ground, and all he could do was laugh as he walked out of your line of sight. Your vision was getting blurry, and you thought the torture was finally over, but you saw his spiked boots again. He crouched down, placing something next to you. You couldn't tell what it was, but it surely wasn't good. I had fun with you, worm. It's been a while since I made such a huge mess. And don't worry, none of you will go to waste. None of me will go to... What? You couldn't figure out what that meant, but then you looked to his right, focusing on what the thing he brought was. It looked like some sort of machine, but what did it do? Fuck! Jate took his hand, then suddenly plunged it into your stomach, pulling out your intestines. You wanted to throw up or even pass out, but your brain wouldn't let you. It was betraying you. He put your guts into the machine, then started turning the handle, making this sick, grinding noise fill the room. You could feel everything. The slow, dull, painful crush of your guts made you sob. You didn't even scream. All you could do was take the pain. You turned your head to the side, slowly fading out of consciousness. You didn't want to see it anymore, though you could still feel it as your guts get pulled out of you, then crushed without effort. The last thing you ever felt was this dull, aching pain. The last thing you ever heard was his straining voice. You'll sure make a fine minced meat. I wonder how much I can get out of you. The worm has become fresh meat. Jate can go fuck himself. What a little bitch. Should have taken more of his teeth out when I had the chance. Next time we're just gonna redo the quiz and see if we can get somebody different. This guy sucks. No, I'm sorry, he shucks. I am once again stressing, please do not eat raw meat. And I will see you later.